Trifecta by DinoPerelli. Chapter 11. On the way home, Max asked the girls if they would like to come by his place for a late dinner and watch the lotto drawing. "Sure, that sounds fun." Leslie looked at her sister for confirmation. "Yep, sounds good to me," Leslie said. "I'll make a pot of spaghetti sauce," Max told them. "Would you prefer spaghetti noodles, penne, or rigatoni?" Max asked. "They're all the same to me," Leslie said as her sister shrugged and nodded. "You pick, Maxie." "Okay," Max continued, "then I choose thin spaghetti. That's my favorite." "Then thin spaghetti it is, brother dear." Leslie laughed, causing Leslie and Max to laugh as well. It was just before 9 p.m. when Max heard his doorbell ring and went to let the girls in. They entered and proceeded to make themselves comfortable and got themselves something to drink while Max was cooking his garlic cheese bread to go along with the spaghetti, which the girls had mentioned smelled so good when they walked in. They sat down to eat as conversation turned to the upcoming lotto drawing. "What would you two do with $250 million if you won it?" he asked the girls in general. "First of all, you do realize that the odds of winning the big prize is astronomically high, right?" Wesley said right off the bat. "But, considering the far-off chance of winning, I do love thinking about what we could do with so much money." "We could franchise our dojos all over the U.S., Leslie chimed in. "Why would we want to keep working so hard to make more money?" Wesley inquired. "We'd already have more than we could ever spend in a lifetime, unless we were just buying mansions and yachts all over the place." "Remember, though," Max reminded them, "that you will end up paying close to half of those winnings in state and federal taxes." "Half?" Leslie decried. "That's robbery." "I know, right?" Max agreed. "If you win, you have two options. You either take the whole amount at once, subject to the taxes, or you can get payments spread out over 20 years. While Max was talking about it, Wesley was Googling, "Which is better if you win the lotto, full payment up front or monthly payments?" She spoke up to read the AI answer. According to Google AI, Wesley read aloud, "Neither the lump sum upfront payment nor the annuity monthly payments is universally better. The right choice depends on your financial knowledge, self-control, and future goals. While most lottery winners choose the lump sum, financial experts often recommend the annuity. The advertised jackpot is for the annuity, so the lump sum is always a significantly smaller amount up front." Wesley continued. "Then it goes on to list the pros and cons of each way to go. Seems to me for us the best is the cash up front. We all seem to be somewhat frugal in our spending habits, so I can't see any of us going wild with crazy spending on stupid stuff." Max and Leslie agreed. Max looked at the clock and it was 9:55, so he grabbed the remote and turned on the news channel that announces the winning numbers each night as the girls dug out their tickets from their purses and Max got his from his wallet. They all set them in front of them on the coffee table, and Max also had a pen and paper to write down the numbers as they called them. "I'm so excited I can hardly stand it," Leslie giggled as they said they were ready to announce the winning lotto numbers. As the TV girl started calling the numbers, Max was writing them down, not even checking his tickets yet so he wouldn't miss any numbers called. The girls, however, were going over their tickets for each number called out, and Max could hear their grunts and anger each time in a number they didn't have come up. After 5 numbers called, Leslie had 2 numbers and Wesley had 1. The girls then called number 22 as the Powerball number, and both Wesley and Leslie had 22 as one of their picks since it was their age, so they let out a cry of delight as they both got the Powerball. Max, however, sat silently checking his numbers after the TV girl read the Powerball number. He checked the computer ticket first, but got none of the numbers correct, so he checked his other ticket of numbers he chose himself, and his jaw dropped. "No way!" Max yelled out as he double-checked his numbers again. "I won!" He shouted so loud the neighbors might hear. "How much?" Leslie asked, excited. "All of it!" Max shouted. "You're kidding, right?" Wesley asked, hoping he wasn't kidding. "No way!" Leslie claimed. "Way!" Max shouted. "We're rich!" He grabbed Leslie's hand and started swing dancing her around the living room as Wesley looked at his ticket herself to confirm what Max had said was a win, and he was right. He had won the big prize. Wesley was in shock as Max grabbed her by the hand to join him and Leslie in a celebration dance around the living room, as they all laughed and danced themselves into a state of exhaustion, causing them to sit back down on the couch. "This is just unbelievable," Wesley stated. "You're a rich man, Max." "We're a rich family," Max stated emphatically. He hugged the girls who were sitting on each side of him. "I'm going to open up a trust account with all 3 of our names on it, so if anything ever happened to any of us, the other 2 wouldn't have to jump through hoops to get the money," Max claimed. "Did you 2 win anything?" Max asked. "Not like you," Wesley laughed. "I only got 1 number in the Powerball." "I got 2 numbers plus the Powerball," Leslie claimed. So Max looked up their winnings. Wesley wins $14 because we also had the 2x multiplier, and Leslie, you won $20. Both pretty good returns for a $3 bet. But not as good as you, Leslie laughed. I can't believe this is really happening. Are you really serious about sharing all that money with us, Maxie? Absolutely, Max assured them. You're the only family I have. I love you guys, and I want us to share the spoils and trappings of wealth together. As a round of cheek kisses and hugs were shared. So what happens next? Wesley inquired. Apparently we have to go to a lottery headquarters in California, Max told them, so it looks like another road trip here soon. We have up to 1 year to claim the prize. I think 1 day is enough, don't you? Leslie said to Max. Then they all laughed. What about the dojo? Max asked. Who will be there to give lessons? Hell, we should just put a for sale sign in the window and start an early retirement, Leslie joked. Wesley just cocked her head and shrugged as if to say, why not? Well, ladies, Max said, I'm going home to dream some sweet dreams tonight, and I suggest you do the same. And I'll come by about noon tomorrow to drive us to California and claim our money. The girls squeezed Max between them for one more thank you hug and kiss before releasing him into the night, reminding him to take good care of that ticket.